Imagine this. A rich man everyone despises. A man so small he has to climb a tree just to get a glimpse of a passing teacher. Suddenly, that teacher stops, looks straight up at him, and calls him by name. Why would Jesus, the Son of God, care about someone like him? Stay with me until the end of this video, because this story might just change the way you see forgiveness and grace forever. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is where we explore powerful Bible stories that reveal timeless truths about faith, redemption, and hope. Today's story is one of my absolute favorites, the story of Zacchaeus from Luke chapter 19, the man who climbed a tree and met Jesus face to face. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the next story that could transform your life. Let's set the scene. Jesus was on his way to Jerusalem, passing through the bustling city of Jericho. The streets were packed. Crowds were everywhere, people shouting, pushing, all desperate to see the famous teacher and miracle worker for themselves. And in that chaotic crowd stood a man named Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector, which means he was incredibly wealthy and powerful, but also deeply, deeply disliked. You see, tax collectors in those days worked for the Roman Empire, and they were notorious for overcharging their own people to line their pockets. To the crowd, Zacchaeus wasn't just small in stature. He was small in reputation, too. Nobody liked him. But something inside Zacchaeus was stirring. He had to see who this Jesus was. There was just one problem. Because he was short, he couldn't see over the crowd. So he did something completely unexpected. He ran ahead of everyone and climbed a sycamore fig tree. Just picture that for a second. A wealthy, well-dressed, important man scrambling up a tree like a little kid, just for a chance to see Jesus. He probably looked ridiculous. People were likely pointing and laughing, but he didn't care. He was desperate for something more. He was desperate for a change. As Jesus walked by, he stopped right beneath that very tree. He looked up and said, "Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today." Can you imagine the shock? Everyone was stunned. The crowd immediately started murmuring, "He's going to be the guest of a sinner?" They couldn't believe that Jesus, this holy, righteous teacher, would choose to spend time with someone like Zacchaeus. But that's the beautiful, radical nature of Jesus. He didn't wait for Zacchaeus to fix his life first. He didn't demand that he apologize or make things right before he offered his fellowship. He reached out to Zacchaeus right there, while he was still broken, still disliked, still perched in that tree of desperation. Zacchaeus scrambled down from the tree and joyfully welcomed Jesus into his home. And in that house, something incredible happened. The Bible doesn't record the exact words that were exchanged between them, but whatever Jesus said or did, it completely and utterly transformed Zacchaeus' heart. Right there in front of everyone who had judged him, he stood up and declared, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount." This isn't just talk. This is genuine repentance. This is immediate action. This is real, tangible change. He didn't just feel sorry, he made it right and then some. And then Jesus spoke these powerful words. "Today salvation has come to this house, because this man too is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." That single verse is the heart of this entire story, and maybe the entire gospel. Jesus didn't come for the people who thought they had it all together. He came for the lost. He came for the broken, the outcast, for people like Zacchaeus, and for people like you and me. Zacchaeus' story teaches us a few powerful truths. First, if you truly want to find Jesus, you have to be willing to seek him with your whole heart. Even if it means doing something uncomfortable, even if it means looking foolish to the world, like climbing a tree when everyone is watching. Second, you don't have to fix yourself before Jesus notices you. He already sees you. He sees you right where you are, in the middle of your mess, and he loves you anyway. Third, A real encounter with Jesus always leads to real change. Zacchaeus didn't just have an emotional experience, his life was turned upside down. His actions proved his heart had been transformed. And finally, no one is too far gone. No sin is too great. No past is too dark. If Jesus could stop in the middle of a crowd, look up and call Zacchaeus by name, he can and will call you too. Now, I want you to really visualize this scene. Close your eyes for a moment if you need to. See Zacchaeus peering over the crowd from the branches of the tree. See Jesus stop, his eyes finding him. Hear him call his name. See the shocked faces of the people, and then see the pure, unadulterated joy on Zacchaeus' face as he rushes down that tree. That is a perfect picture of grace, unearned, undeserved, meeting us exactly where we are. So let me ask you this. What's your tree? What obstacle is standing between you and a clear view of Jesus? Maybe it's fear of what others will think. Maybe it's guilt from your past. Maybe it's doubt or pride or a feeling of unworthiness. Whatever it is, I want you to know that He is looking up at you today, calling you by name and saying, "Come down, I want to stay with you." Before we close, I would love to hear from you. If you were Zacchaeus, what would you have done in that moment? Would you have had the courage to climb that tree? And would you have come down when Jesus called? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love hearing how these stories impact you. And if this story touched your heart today, please give this video a like, share it with someone who needs a message of hope, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more inspiring Bible stories just like this one. Every week we uncover another story that shows how God is still in the business of changing lives, just like He did for Zacchaeus. The story of Zacchaeus is a powerful reminder that one moment can change everything. One encounter, one decision to see beyond the crowd. So this week, I encourage you to ask yourself, what tree will you climb? Because when you do, you might just find that Jesus has been looking up, waiting for you all along. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.